All right, it's Tuesday, November 5th. This is a daily SPY update. The end of the day, you can see here today we end up on the daily chart with a 2-up green day, pretty big green day that kind of worked its way to its target into the gap. I discussed yesterday how after on the weekly chart we reached our weekly low, which was all price had to do, that we were going to determine whether or not, we continued lower to lower targets, or we were going to kind of come back up to that key inflection point, the purple line, which is the open of the week to the upside. And right out of the gates, the market decided to move up above the halfway point of the prior day. You can see here on the 15-minute chart, pre-market range between the blue lines, we moved immediately up. And then we followed through on bar two, so we set the tone to the upside today. And it's pretty clear, in terms of at least where to start the day and how to view price action. So it moved up in one push, pause, second push, and closed near the highs. So now we get to see, into this gap. I discussed that's an important area. On the weekly chart here, we're coming back up through the midpoint of this red bar. If we really continue through here, and hold, then there's a chance we get an outside move back all the way to the upside. In terms of price action, if we do get up there, that's just going to be higher highs, lower lows, higher highs, and we'll see if we're in a still choppy area. But if we kind of hold in here and hold green by the end of the week, then maybe we get a 2-up week and we can feel comfortable that we're moving up to all-time highs again. So we'll see what develops. It's also possible in this gap, which I said I was going to monitor closely, it's just coming to the top of a downtrend line and we get some kind of reversal to the downside. But that's going to take a little bit of time, it looks like, unless we, have some surprise tomorrow and gap down, or have a big, move up and then a big shooter bar. We'll have to wait for kind of a 2-down day to develop to feel comfortable. So if it doesn't happen tomorrow, maybe after election, day and night and and towards the end of the week, we come up a little bit and then we get a 2-down day that kind of pauses right where you'd expect it to pause in the midpoint of the prior week. And that might lead us down back below that purple line. So again, we're watching that monthly chart on the big picture. Is this shooter bar from last month going to follow through? You kind of expected that at the end of the month, but after 2 days, we decided to kind of move up a little bit above the open, and we're green for the month. And I've talked about how, like this 1 month pullback, you kind of expected to test lower, but once price kind of did that maybe for a day, it looks like, and then started up, it was green all month long. So anything's possible, and we're going to stick with the green side until something reverses and gets us back through the open. And then at that point, you can feel comfortable that maybe the shooter bar is going to continue lower into November. So that's kind of the context in play. Again, not surprising at all after a weekly chart hit its low, hit the low of last week, and we had a little bit of a bounce that could have went either way, and price action definitely gave us a good 2-up buy towards its target, towards the gap today. So that's where we stand. We know the context. We know what to look for in terms of this key little inflection area on the daily chart into this gap. This is going to be important to see if we hold in here and just orderly pause and continue much higher, or do we reverse down towards the lows of the week and the lows of the month, actually. So we will find all that out, but for now we're back to the upside, and we will continue to see what happens for the rest of the week.